We're not making a just killing the killing people, the war game.
This time it's kind of difficult. Anyone you speak to that knows the game but hasn't played the game, and it's a kind of a looks like a war game.
Yeah.
A lot of people misunderstand that this is a kind of actually a real big anti-war, anti-nuclear. It always has been the message in MGS. That's why I like it. It's one of our favorite games. Of course, the fans who are listening to our podcast really understands what's behind it, and it has a lot of metaphors and things like that. It's really good. But for the people who generally know, it could be a little difficult. I mean, you have to play. You have to play the game to really understand.
Right.
All right, so what he wants to tell me is, the thing was my fault. My presentation.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah. You should have taken me. So. I mean, I'm a good presenter. So can you take me next time?
Okay.
I'll get you. I'll get you.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So anyway, so there's the Hide-chan ramen in there, but this time we're not going to get it. So let's just head back outside because there's another thing that I want to show you back up on the heliport.
Okay.
So let's head back to the center of the heliport.
All right.
Okay. And when you get to the center here, people may remember in past Metal Gears that you could take pictures of ghosts in the game.
Yeah.
Right. And in Metal Gear Solid 1, there were a lot of ghosts hidden around stages, in Shadow Moses. And well, in Metal Gear Solid 4, those ghosts are back. And most of them are in the same place. Of course, we couldn't put all of them in the same place because not every location in Shadow Moses is in the game this time, so we had to move some of them to other locations. But basically, all the staff who worked on Metal Gear Solid 1 and is still with us in Metal Gear Solid 4, their ghosts are in the game, and one of them is right on this helipad. And some people may have realized this, some people might not have realized this. But the only time they'll show up is if you take your camera out and take a picture, and you won't see it until after you take the picture. That's the way it normally works.
You have to tell where you get the camera first?
Right, yeah. Of course, in order to do that, you have to get the camera first. So for people who haven't found the camera, it's actually in the Nomad. So while you're in the plane, during the interactive cutscene, you go ahead and use your Mark II or Mark III and wander around the plane, and you can actually find the camera in there. So for those who haven't gotten the camera yet, just go ahead and pick that up. And in Shadow Moses, go ahead and equip it. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. So if you go into your menu and equip your camera and kind of aim it at the center of the heliport and take a picture, and you'll see a faint ghostly image appear when you hit the shutter.
Yeah, some center.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to switch on and off to the podcast and camera and things like that, right?
Yes, yes. So, people are listening to the podcast right now, so if you want to do this, you'll have to switch to your camera. But, before we move on, there's another thing that I want to point out about these ghosts, is that usually, you won't be able to see them until you actually click to take the picture. But there is a hidden way to make these ghosts appear in your camera viewfinder without snapping a picture, and it makes it a lot easier to find these ghosts. And to do that, you have to be playing through the game a second time, because when you're fighting Screaming Mantis, you can get the Sorrow Doll.
Yeah.
Right? And if you get the Sorrow Doll from Screaming Mantis, Sorrow, of course, from Metal Gear Solid 3, can see dead, dead people and things like that. And in Metal Gear Solid 4, you can use it to control dead people. And if you equip it while you're equipping the camera, so if you go into your weapons menu and equip the Sorrow Doll, and then ready it as a weapon while you have the camera on, you'll see the ghost actually appears without you clicking the shutter.
And it's actually more clear.
And it's clearer, and it's kind of, floating,
Is it
very
bigger
eerily.
as well?
It's not bigger. It's the same size.
Nose and glasses.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
But this makes it a lot easier to find.
Okay.
So yeah, just go ahead and equip your camera, equip the Sorrow Doll, and maybe, explore Shadow Moses this way and look for some ghosts, because there's a lot of them hidden all over the stage.
Details.
And this is why Shadow Moses took so long to make.
With the ghosts. Okay.
All right, so let's head to the north.
Okay.
And we're going to go up the stairs in the northeast.
Oh, this is my favorite part from MGS1, because, You know, when the guards come over
Right.
and you kind of hide. This is the first time you kind of encountered these, I think, the last moment thing.
Yeah, and you're kind of like on these stairs, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
guards
yeah.
are right above you, and you're kind of hiding here.
And you're thinking, oh, should I go back or should I go kill him and
Right.
things like that. I
so,
love this part.
So right now, for people who are wondering where we are, we're right in the middle of the stairs right now. So we're gonna head up to the top of the catwalk, and then at the top, we're on the second floor. Just follow the catwalk
To the left.
You should be heading to the west, and you'll see the duct on your right-hand side.
Yeah.
So stop in front of the duct.
I remember this point as well because every time you get spotted from the guards, you
Right.
kind of duck into this
Yeah.
duct and it,
Right.
And you're trying to get in as quickly as possible,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
The snake's
yeah.
like ducking down, and
yeah,
go,
it's
go,
very
go, go.
slow and
The guard sees you. Yeah. But anyway, no guard here this time, so let's go ahead and duck down, crawl into this duct. And as soon as you get in, crawl a little ways, and you'll hear another flashback.
Snake, this is McDonald Miller. Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Well, I know lots about this.
Who is this guy?
Master Miller.
Master Miller.
Yeah. But he sounds like somebody else.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
Yeah, sounds
Familiar.
pretty familiar.
Yeah, yeah.
Who was it?
Somebody else in Metal Gear Solid 1, right?
Oh yeah.
It is a long duct. Hey,
It
what
is a long
happens?
duct.
Yeah, what happens if you kind of look down?
You can look down. You can see, look into the other rooms or peek out through the grates and see the, dwarf gecko crawling around. So
Okay.
you can go ahead and do that. But this time the duct, is just one way, so just go ahead and follow it to the end. If you follow these rats, they'll lead you out. So
Oh, the rats are still
yeah.
here.
yeah, the rats are still
Right.
here, so you won't get lost. Okay, so when you get to the end of the duct, you pick up some iPod music. This was the Warhead Storage
Yeah.
background music from the original Metal Gear Solid 1.
Mr. Muraoka composed this music, right?
Yeah. We're talking to Mr. Muraoka about this music. And he was talking about how insanely difficult it was to make this on the original PlayStation. Back in those days, you had to load all of the sound into memory and basically call everything by hand.
I see.
It's not like you could just stream audio from, a disc or, load everything into memory like we do now.
Yeah.
Let's just realize, listen to the quality of this background music and realize that this all had to be done by hand.
Okay. Shall we move on?
Yep. All right, so next, let's just go ahead and climb out from this duct. So go to the edge, press the triangle button, and you'll swing down and hang from the edge of the duct. And be careful when you drop down here because, there are the dwarf gecko patrolling. So drop down. So let's go to the end of the catwalk behind this some kind of
Small
like
container.
container at the end of the catwalk here. Hide behind this container here so that you don't get spotted by the dwarf gecko. And if you look to the east, you'll see that door with the number 4 written on it.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's actually something really special about that room number 4.
Special.
Special.
Yo.
Can you go inside?
You can go inside, but not now. If you try to go inside now, you'll find that the door is actually locked.
Yeah.
But later on in the game, that door will open. Actually, in the next stage, when you activate the power, and Otacon disables the security, this door will be open. So be sure to come back here and check inside of there because it's a pretty cool item.
What kind?
Actually, get an iPod track.
Oh.
Okay, so we drop down from this duct. Again, dwarf gecko patrolling. And once they're gone, quickly drop down from this catwalk, end of the catwalk, swing over the edge, drop down, and as soon as you hit the ground, head outside through underneath these shutters to the north, and then stop.
Are you Solid Snake? The legendary Solid Snake? You?
Don't worry. You'll land back on it once you meet me. The reality is no match for legends, I'm afraid.
I unlocked the cargo door for you.
Where are you?
Where I see ya.
Outside through underneath these shutters to the north, and then stop as soon as you get to the other side of the shutters.
And we'll get another.
And you will be hearing another flashback as soon as you drop down. Okay, so now you should be in this laser hallway which you'll remember from Metal Gear Solid 1. And, you know, again, to bring up the nostalgia, we actually placed these dwarf gecko on the walls in the same positions, the same place as the lasers in Metal Gear Solid 1, to kind of, you know, recreate that feeling. They're in the exact same spot. And another thing I want to point out while we're here is if you go ahead and equip your solid eye and enable night vision, and look at the ground,